With Colin Birkas, your Brockville Braves, and Colin the stretch drive here again, down to 9 games, 3 home games, but a little nemesis. The OJS Senators in here, and I guess we've got them just where we want them at 0-5.
Yeah, we're trying to get them a little bit overconfident so far. The gameplay, it's working. I saw the way they walked in. They're playing with house money tonight. No, it's just one of those things, we have their number. I think Gloucester's got their season series 4-1 against them. It's just really, of all the years to take a job in the CCHL, I took a real funny one, I think. So I think we've had leads in 4 of the games in the third period. They've got us at times where we've been stressed out and scrambly and paid the price at the end, but we're right there with them. They're a great hockey club, there's no question, but special teams, we're right there with them. Goals against, same thing. Goals for, they struggle with that a little bit too, albeit a little less than us. No, fantastic hockey club. I think we've deserved a better fate with them sometimes, but it's our last crack at them in the regular season.
And then a big one, you've got 3. You got the Hawks tomorrow night at the Bob Hartley, and then and back here a couple times. You do have control over your own destiny. I think you're 6 points back.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for us is getting better every day, getting healthier every day, so that we're peaking at the right time. That's what our main focus is on. The more points we can get, the better. But at the end of the day, it looks like we're at the dance. We're in the playoffs. We're going to get a very good team first round no matter what we do. So there's no hiding, no ambushing anybody. They're all good teams. So we just got to worry about our stuff in-house. We had a good last couple weeks. We put up some points. So that's put us in a situation here where we can strategically rest some guys. We got Sean Allen's ready to come back. He was hurt the other game, but I think we're going to give him maybe the weekend off. He's going to be very important for us in the playoffs. Chad Varney, we could rush him back, but we'll probably let him take his time, because if we're as good as we think we are and we have a long playoff run, we're going to need that knee 100%. So in addition to that, we're playing Yaniv Peretz tonight. He's deserved the opportunity to see what we can do against a real quality team. He was good against Cornwall the other night. I think if the expectation is Hank winning a lot of playoff games, we can't be too greedy with him now. So I think we're going to split start down the road. That stretch drive you keep talking about, and strategic rest again is going to be important. And I guess that's the plan, anyways.
Yeah, and as far as the goaltending, Andriano is the only guy that's played more minutes than Hank. It's a minuscule 5 more minutes, but at this point in time, I think Hank's down about 4 or 5 games from last year, but yeah, certainly a well-deserved night off. You mentioned getting the house in order, but Colin, one of the other biggest things is this resiliency factor, a huge positive moving forward, and no better illustration of that, those famous 3-1 comebacks, but in Smith Falls Tuesday. That was just a tremendously gutsy win, especially when it started with some ill players and banged up players early in the day.
Yeah, a couple months ago, our GM called us out for not having any resiliency, and I wasn't really cognizant of it. But then when I look back through the season, we didn't really have that pushback. So that's something we're trying to create from within. Guys are starting to care about the program again. Guys are caring about each other. So just because we're down doesn't mean we're out. So I thought we fought back the last few games really well. That was very impressive. But in terms of a gutsy effort, last game being down 3-1, I mean, we were without 5 or 6 of our better players. And so it gave an opportunity to a couple APs to play. Some of our depth players made a difference. I thought Matt Halle was really good on the forecheck. He opened up a couple things. Bureau's starting to score now. So it ended up being a huge positive. Another positive, Hank wasn't at his best. And it was nice for a guy who's been so good and consistent for us all year to kind of pick him up, dust him off, and get him a win when he's not at his best. I thought was good for him personally too. So yeah, no, it's encouraging, and it's encouraging the time that this is happening. So we're taking it as a positive.
What would you like to see this evening? Obviously, a W and some points is a bonus, and your specialty teams have always been solid this year. I see they've moved a little bit from last Friday night, but what would you like to see tonight, Colin?
I'd like us to see us be physical. I'd like to serve notice that regardless of the score, whatever the outcome might be tonight, for Ottawa to get back on that bus tonight and go, you know what, let's try and avoid these guys as long as we can in the playoffs. We're starting to get to be a lot better on home ice, which I think is important too. So I'd like us to protect the house a little bit. I'd like to see Yanniv have a strong game. This is the toughest team he's played in his career, so we've got to support him. So that's important for me too. Points are there. Maybe for the first time all year, I'm really, I can honestly say I'm more concerned with how we play in the process than I am with the outcome. We know we're playing one of 3 teams first round, and there's no point in trying to match up or to avoid any of them. I don't think that makes sense. So again, we just got to look after our own house, develop, and play playoff hockey now down the stretch.
Get the house in order. Thanks very much for doing this.
Anytime.
Colin Birkas, your Brockville Braves.